All right, the next section here is on dining out, and I'm very grateful to be recording this. If you're watching the video casting, the video audio version, you'll know why, but I can't I'm wearing a shirt that says grateful if you're listening to the book. And it is a reminder that you can go to my YouTube channel, the church YouTube channel, Rumble. Don't know how long we'll be on YouTube, so the Rumble channel is available. And we're posting each section here as standalone podcasts. And we're going along, or I'm going along reading the book, What Works When Diets Don't, What Works When Diets Don't. It's the audio version. You can also find help. I'm addicted, overcoming addictions. And then for those who are fasting, feasting and fasting, what works, what doesn't, and why. All the books are available at the church website, westsidechristianfellowship.org. Trying to get this information out to help us in our health and fitness goals. Especially as you get older, you realize how important that is. Also, if you're watching by video, you will see I need to shave. So don't worry, that will happen today before church coming up here shortly. So let's talk about dining out. As I read through the manuscript here, I want to just have to speak the truth in love. You're going to have to decide what you want to do going forward. If you've got kids, your spouse might not be on the same page. It's really hard to eat healthy and dine out. And what I mean by that is consistently, right? Going out consistently. Because a menu might say, organic black beans, okay? Or organic quinoa with some salad. What type of dressing? A lot of the dressing has refined oils, tons of sugar. You might, it might say something about the meat, like all natural chicken breast. Well, that doesn't mean much at all. So it's really hard to eat out, especially, and I think, sodium content, especially if you're trying to lose weight, water retention with sodium. I just don't eat out very often. In our area, there is a restaurant, known for, serving a lot of organic things. It's a Mexican restaurant. But again, the tortillas, I almost said that wrong, the tortillas that they use, I'm thinking of my Spanish accent here, which I don't have, but they are not healthy. The dressing is not healthy. The salad, many of the things in the salad are not organic, tons of pesticides. So, but going in, I just kind of know that. Sometimes I'll bring, maybe if I've got some chicken breast I cooked a few days ago and I need to get through, I'll bring that along with my own dressing, such as Primal Kitchen, or you make your own dressing as well. If I make some peppercini juice with some, let's say, some Manuka honey and a little bit of, what would be another good thing I would add? Maybe a little bit of apple cider vinegar, some herbs in there if you want. You can make your own salad dressing, and you're really going to feel better because it's healthy and you feel like, hey, I'm in control. And that's what happens with discipline and self-control, is it fosters more of the same thing. So there's not much good news I have about dining out. I mean, of course, all the little tricks if you eat out, let's just say one of the favorite, well, I don't want to say names on here, I guess, but, I'm in Southern California, so you can probably guess what is the number one hamburger chain out there, fast food. Maybe get the hamburger if you need to get it, a couple patties, no bread, no French fries, no shake. Drink some water instead of soda. That'd be a much better choice for sure. Same thing with a very famous chicken sandwich place in my area. Maybe just eat the chicken, so you have to be strategic, but I love these, people that say, well, they're Christian companies. Yeah, but they're not healthy foods, at all. It's just the truth. So let me tell you a few dining out tips that might help. Number one, kindly instruct your waiter or waitress not to serve bread or chips beforehand. No brainer, right? Out of sight, out of mind. It's hard, I know, but you're going to save, anywhere in the minimal amount of calories. You're going to save 200-300 calories, on that meal, if not 500, 600, 700 calories. I've noticed before one time when they brought out bread, the amount of bread I ate, soaking it with the oil, I was a good 600, 700 calories before my meal even got there. And it's strategic. They will, not every place, but some places know, chips and bread, it raises glucose, insulin spike pretty quickly, and you're going to be hungrier, and you're probably going to order more. And you're definitely going to order off the dessert menu. That's for sure. Order salad dressing on the side is number 2. Just use a minimal amount. Try dipping your fork in it. You don't need, because even in a big serving of salad dressing, you could be well over 300-400 calories, depending on how much you put in. A lot of sugar, again, refined oils. So, dipping it is good. Avoid eating the croutons, of course. Try to just, find a fresh salad with a lot. How much stuff can they put on it? For example, there's a couple different places I've went where they'll have 3 different types of salads, with each one has its own type of, each one of them has its own type of, ingredient, I guess you could say. Some have cucumbers, tomato, I won't elaborate that. It's obvious, but I can let them know what's it, how much extra. Sometimes it's not much to combine everything. You could call it a, combination or an everything salad. One of the places I go, I order an everything salad. So everything is on it. The organic corn, some organic black beans. Now this is an organic restaurant. So, granted, some of the salad dressings aren't that great. And then of course the cucumbers, tomatoes, mushrooms, all the different things that are in salads are on this one salad. So that's a way to do it too. Again, my other tips I said earlier might maybe bring, I'm not ashamed to bring my own salad dressing and just put it on there. I like it better. I know what's in it, especially if I'm trying to stay in shape. Choose one main carbohydrate with your meal. For example, like a chicken, maybe just get a little bit of brown rice or a little bit of beans. You don't want the pasta and beans and bread. It's just way, way, way too much. You can add, low-fat soup, vegetables. And I even tell them with vegetables, can I get them grilled? We don't need all the canola oil all over them. So there, you can be strategic and you can still eat out and have fun and enjoy it, but, just be strategic. I don't know if did I say that too much? Sounds like I did. I'm going to tell you something right now that is going to be so beneficial. A little drink of water here, or tea actually. When you succeed in this area of health and fitness, it's really, the difference is really only about a 10%, 15% difference. If you look at, the choices throughout the day, it's about making more right choices than wrong choices. It's about saying no more often. It's about changing. It's these little changes that really make a big difference. For example, let's just take today. For me, I decided, if I want to get up, what type of meal am I going to have, or maybe fast till lunch? And then at lunch, I'm going to make a good choice. Later on the day when those cravings are coming, am I going to go grab a half gallon of ice cream, or eat way too much? And then late night snack. Am I going to choose to park like I did yesterday? I parked way far away at the mall and had to walk all the way to the mall and then throughout the mall and got 2,000, almost a mile in, the choices, those little choices make a big difference, especially over the course of a week. It's huge. And so I wanted to share that with you because some people think, oh, this is so overwhelming. Actually, it's just a matter of, I'm going to say no to a certain coffee establishment in the morning and not get that pastry. Maybe I'll have, a little bit of organic coffee and mix it with some decaf so you don't have as much caffeine, or some green tea. Lord, I'm just going to pray instead, and you wait till lunch. And, we've fallen into habits that we need to break. And it's just a matter of making a little more choices, a little bit better choices. So 5, I think I talked about that already. Steamed vegetables. 6, this is huge for me. I don't want to divulge this secret, but I'm going to do that to help you. Eat a small meal an hour or so before you dine out. That's what I do. So when I eat a good healthy meal at home, I go and if I meet friends somewhere, I just might want a grilled chicken breast. That's it. Oh, Shane, you're not hungry? What are you doing? No, I'm good. And it's going to cut down well over 1,000, possibly 1,500 calories in that meal by doing that. Or I'll eat at home. And when I get to an event, potluck, see what happens is we go to these events hungry, like, oh my, I am so hungry. I've been waiting for this event, and we just pig out. We blow it. and we just get ashamed and guilty. And but I'm not against feasting. There's times of feasting in the Bible, celebrations. But for many of us, I think where we get confused is, feasting and food's not bad, and which is all true. But we are at a radical point in our longevity, in our life, and especially in America. Obesity is skyrocketing, type 2 diabetes, health related. At what point do we say, you know what? I've got to get pretty extreme for a season. Extreme times call for extreme measures. And so, I think I will get a little extreme if I want to spend more years with my kids and grandkids and productivity. You can call me extreme. Boy, Shane's a health nut. He's a fanatic. Okay, call me whatever you want. I've got a life to lead. I've got a life to live, a church to lead, and a family to also serve. And sometimes that does require looking a little bit different. For example, some of the guys will hear this, so it's funny, but tomorrow morning I'm preaching at our men's breakfast. I do not eat the 2,000 calorie breakfast burrito with all the fixings. Number one, I think I'm glad the guys, do it if they'd like. Number one, I cannot be full when I preach. I actually won't, maybe a couple hundred calories in the morning. And then I get to church, I'm going to preach. I can never, a full belly, slows down the mind. It does not produce good thinking. You're not on, because, you've heard of L-tryptophan, but not even that amino acid. There's other things, just the digestive process. All that blood is now being used to digest the food, and then mentally kind of checked out. I'd love to do it sometime. Maybe I will in the future. Men's fasting breakfast. Let's come fasted and let's see what God does. I bet their attention span is a lot better. I bet their worship is a lot better. If they need to eat just a little bit, that's fine. But, or I'll eat a little bit before I go. And I just choose not to do that. Or, like I've said in the past, I will eat a little bit at home. And if I go to things like this, I'm there, I'm not hungry. The bacon and sausage and eggs don't really tempt me because I'm satisfied. I just had a couple eggs with a half of an avocado, and so just being strategic. And again, if I look around at all maybe the people, who don't like to hear this, 80% of them, 70% of them need to make some huge changes in their life. We can become obese. And again, this is coming from a guy who used to weigh 270 pounds, hard to get up a flight of steps. I couldn't even imagine having kids back then, let alone grandkids, let alone try to be productive for God. So we do have to take extreme measures. So maybe you might see that fasting men's breakfast here in the near future. So again, eating a small meal before you dine out will help to avoid overeating. And you're talking big time. You'll save, you'll easily save 500 to 1,000 calories on that meal. When ordering, have the sauce and cheese and bacon and mayonnaise removed. That will save you a huge amount of calories. And again, it's not about calories. It's about quality of food. Normally, when you eat out, that quality of food is not good. So if all else fails and a meal contains a great deal of calories, eat half and take the rest with you. And then eat it later that evening or in the following day. Eat until you're satisfied, not full. But again, I'm not a fan of eating out very often. Many people associate dining out with overeating. It becomes an excuse to eat too much food. This type of thinking may have been acceptable 50 years ago when families rarely dined out and they were slender and they moved a lot more. But now dining out is just commonplace. I know families, we've counseled on finances and different things, $1,200 a month, easily $1,500, dining out, unhealthy things. It's just not good. So many families, as they eat out 3, 4, 5 times a week, it will begin to wreak havoc in their homes. And just do it for yourself. Look into food colorings, food additives, food preservatives. Let's say about coloring the food. The red dye 40s and all these different things. You just do your own research. And so when you when you give little Tommy some Doritos with the Coca-Cola, you are setting him up for failure, not success. It's not good to be giving our kids all this junk food. And it breaks my heart sometimes in church. I know it's hard, and that's why I don't come down hard on people, but those little fishy crackers and these little things, kids get out of control because their little bodies, even us, their little bodies aren't designed to absorb all this garbage and all this junk. So we need to make some serious lifestyle changes. To sum it up, Use caution when eating out. I would cut it out, cut it way down. For sure. I mean, I didn't even get into the pizzas and all the different things. I mean, if you enjoy it now and then, but guys, this is when bad eating, bad food becomes a lifestyle, that it's going to be impossible to lead a lifestyle of fitness. You can't have both. It's absolutely impossible to have both.